all the faculty members and respected teachers of Department of Dravyaguna, SDM College of Ayurveda Udupi, for organizing this webinar and giving me an opportunity to share my views. Dear students and respected teachers, the topic allotted to me is Dravya Sangrahana, where we will have a look into classical views regarding the collection of medicinal plants as well as latest existing guidelines which are present of the medicinal plants. As you all know, there has been a substantial increase in the global and national demand of medicinal plants because of consistent increase in the plant-based medicines and healthcare products. But at the same time, the most frequently encountered criticism or the problem about herbal medicine and finished product is related to the consistency of the products. Consistency in terms of the quality, efficacy, and the safety of the medicine, which the whole world is calling as minimum therapeutic guarantee with these products. This is a genuine concern, both in health sector as well as the pharmaceutical sector, because the main purpose of any healthcare system or any healthcare product or medicine is giving an ethical assurance to the end user, that is patient or general public. Definitely, good collection practices of medicinal plants have a great impact on the qualitative aspect of the particular plant. Presently, what is happening is there are more than 8,500 or 9,000 licensed Ayurvedic manufacturers across the country, and it is estimated that about 80% of medicinal plant requirement for these manufacturers are obtained from the wild collection. Due to the inadequate knowledge and medicinal knowledge about the medicinal plants and their collection of the collected material in organoleptic characters as well as their chemical constituents of the collected medicinal plants. This, along with some other factors like different manufacturing processes or untrained workers in the pharmacy, is a major contributing factor for the inconsistent quality of the finished product. Therefore, basic points of consideration like following good agricultural and good collection practices along with proper storage techniques of collected plant material plays an important role in quality and safety of the finished products. We will have the Dravya Sangrahana, the guidelines which are given in the classical text of Ayurveda regarding good collection practices of medicinal plants. Acharya Charaka in Vimanasthana clearly described an excellent design for the drug research, and the line started as Tasya api iyam pariksha. That is, any new drug should be studied on different parameters like evam prakritim, that is the nature of the drug, evam gunam, the qualities of the drug, etc. And in this context, evam grahitam, the collection method which is followed during the collection of the plant is also has its one important role in drug research protocol as mentioned by the Acharya Charaka. According to Ayurveda, the classical texts also focused the necessity of the good collection practices and has mentioned a certain set of guidelines or protocols, namely Dravya Sangraha Vidhi, when the method of collection, time of the collection, region of collection, place of collection, and collection according to the desired action of the plant, and specifically some guidelines for the collection of food and animal products have been mentioned in the classical text. And the interesting thing which we have to note, that the scientific rationality behind these ancient harvesting methods like time, region, place, or as per the desired action mentioned in different Ayurvedic classical texts are also proven by different modern scientific studies in and different published literature also available in this regard. Regarding the method of the collection, there are some set of different guidelines like spiritual guidelines like Mangalacharaha, Kalyana Vrataha, Sampujya, Devatam, Agnim, Ashvinav, or Namaskritya Shivam Hradi. These are like offering prayers to the god or performing some auspicious rites or some auspicious things before the collection of the medicinal plant. Apart from this, there are some guidelines for maintaining the personal hygiene, like Shuchihi Shukla Vasaha, that is wearing clean and white cloth, and other set of guidelines are facing a particular direction while collection of the medicinal plant, like facing east or northern direction. Especially in general, these set of instructions give an idea about the environmental concerns our acharyas have shown in protecting the natural flora. This concern is of extreme importance to present day society that has been over exploiting the drugs for the commercial use. Sampujya Devatam Agnim Ashwino. In support of this, there are some studies which are available to establish the effect of mantra on the medicinal plants. This is one such research study which is reported way back in 1982, 40 years before, 40 years ago, which concluded that the plants have shown a positive response to the sound waves or particular mantra in terms of their growth or efficacy, or even in the capacity of their disease preventing capacity. These are some important findings of the study. One finding shows that where the energizing the Solanum indicum plant with the particular mantra Om Keshavaya Namaha is shown a significant positive effect in the growth parameters of that plant. This is another study where the positive effect of Om Anantaya Namaha mantra on growth parameters of Tylophora indica is reported. It is clearly we can clearly observe that there is a significant increase or significant effect on the height of the climbers which are treated with plants which are cultivated with these mantras. Another thing which is mentioned in classical text, that preferably the drugs are to be collected facing towards a particular direction, that is east or northern direction, Pragmukho, Udangmukho, Agranyat. The logic behind this may be because there is a significant local difference in the strength and direction of Earth's magnetic field, what we call as a geomagnetic field. In a study which was conducted to test the effect of magnetic field on the plant growth, it was concluded that magnetism has a significant positive effect on the plant growth. The plant seeds under this influence of magnetic field had a higher germination rate, and these plants grew taller, larger, and healthier than those in the control group. Collection of a plant material during a specific time of a day is also a important guidelines which is mentioned in the classical text. Even in the recent past, many research works which have been undertaken to explore the of these guidelines which are mentioned in classical texts of Ayurveda and their effect on phytopharmacological as well as pharmacological properties were also identified. These are the some important plants which are reported for their effect based on diurnal variation. First one is Coriander sativum, that is Dhanyaka. Essential oil content in the Dhanyaka varies. It is reported that this oil content varies according to different time interval of a day. In Crocus sativus, the variation in the content of chemical constituents of Kunkuma, Crocus sativus, is also reported during 4 different hours of the day. Ocimum gratissimum, what we call Ramatulasi, has also shown different levels of eugenol content, which is one of the major chemical constituent of the plant in different time intervals. Another important study is diurnal fluctuation in the effect of this diurnal fluctuation in the major alkaloid content of the Ahifena. This study reported along with the mechanism of action behind this effect. These are the some guidelines where some places are to be avoided. Valmika, Kutsita, Anupa, Shmashana, Ushara, Maharajaha, especially the collection from the roadside plants, Jantu Vanni Himavyapta. Those who are affected with Jantu Vanni or covered with snow, etc., should not be collected for the medicinal purpose. If at all we collect these plants from these sites or we collect from these areas, it is clearly mentioned by Acharya Sharangadhara that na aushadhyaha karyasiddhida. These drugs may not be effective as desired during the collection. Time of the collection, where time of or season of the collection is also another unique concept of which is mentioned in the most of the classical texts, where a specific season is mentioned for the collection of a specific plant part, like Mulani, Shishire, Grishme, Patram, Varsha, Vasantayoho, Kandani, Sharadi, Kshiram, Yathartu, Kusumam Phalam, Hemante, Saram, Aushadhyaha, Karniyat, Kushalo, Bishak. Apart from it, there is another guidelines where the collection season is mentioned as per the desired action of the drug. Generally, for all the purposes, Sharad Ratu is mentioned as right time for the collection. Sharadi Akila Karyartham, Graham, Sarasam Aushadam, and for Virechana and Vamana, Vasantante Samaharat. The end of the Vasant Ratu is considered as ideal time for the collection of medicinal plant. As far as the Sangraha Kala is concerned, the Sangraha Kala of various parts in different seasons shows a systemic and scientific reason of transportation of secondary metabolites from one part to another to enable live in fit in that ecological condition. And the collection period mentioned by Charaka and Sharangadhara are almost similar, where the Acharya Sushruta has a different of opinion in some places, like a collection of Mula in Varsharatu and a collection of Kshira in Hemantaratu and a collection of Sara in Vasantaratu. Though the Acharya Charaka and Sharangadhara mentioned seasonal collection of the fruit and flowers, Sushruta specifically recommended Grishma Ratu for the collection of the phala. The Mula, the collection of Mula during the Grishma Ratu, that is hot season, and Kanda in Sharad Ratu, that is after rainy season, shows the storage of nutrient and chemical constituent in those parts, indicating the self-protecting phenomenon of the plants. And also the collection of drugs in modern texts also suggest that some same season specific to procure the drug with highest medicinal value. These are some studies reported to establish the effect of seasonal variation on the plant and their chemical constituents. It is reported that in Arca, Calotropis gigantea, the yield of Ksara was found to be maximum or more in during the Sharad Ratu, and even the moisture content was also high in plants collected in Grishma Ratu. Nyctanthus arborescensis, the Parijata, this is one of the study conducted in Gujarat Ayurveda University by Dr. Sridhar Bairi sir, where study concluded samples collected during September produced better anti-inflammatory activity in comparison to the sample collected during the other seasons. Acaranthus aspera, Apamarga, different parts of this plant, the hexane extract showed that the highest antibacterial activity was observed during the month of January. Vasa, the highest amount of the chemical constituent, that is vasicin, is found during the July and September, and even Astonia scolaris also shown the plant which is bark which is collected during the summer season has the maximum contents of the alkaloids. This is one of the specific concept where in view of the Agni and Saumya nature of the word, Acharya Sushruta and even the Acharya Vagbhata explained, suggested that Saumya Aushadha, Saumya Niyatva Jagataha, Saumyani Aushadhani, Saumyeshu Shwadadita. Saumya Aushadha, that is Shita Virya Dravya, should be collected in Saumya Ratu, that is Varsha, Hemanta and Shishira Ratu, and for Agni Aushadha, that is Vishnu Virya Dravya, one should collect in Ushna Ratus. Region of selection of Dravya is also having some specific action on the effect of the medicinal plant. Acharya Sharangdhara considered that the collection of Agneya Dravya should be made from the Ushnavirya Agneya Dravyas from Ushna regions and from Vindhya regions, and Saumya Dravyas from the Himalaya regions. This is one published study which shows that effect of place in the Shilajatu samples obtained from the 5 different places, which are evaluated for different pharmacological activity. Specifically, the antidepressant activity which is observed in the animal model, it shows that among the 5 samples studied, only Nepal and Gopeshwar samples showed significant activity when compared to the sample collected from the other places. Collection of a particular drug from a particular type of geographical location, that is collection according to the Bhumi, is also mentioned by Acharya Sushruta. That is for Virechana Karma, the drug should be collected from the soil which is predominant of Prithvi and Jala Mahabhuta, and for Vamana Karma, Agni and Akasha predominant soil should be preferred while collecting the medicinal plant. And for Shamana Dravya, Akasha predominant soil should be selected before collecting the Dravya, and this concept is mainly based on the Panchabhutik composition of the desired action or the collected soil. Even there are some published literature available in classical, in scientific literature, which clearly shows that there is a definite impact of environment factor, especially geographical location or a place in quality of the medicinal plants. There are some set of guidelines which are mentioned for the collection of the animal products, that is for Rakta, Roma, Nakha, Jangamanam, Vayasthanam, that is young adults animals should be selected for the collection of the Rakta, Roma and Nakha, and for collection of the Kshira, Mutra and Purisha, Jirnahareshu Sambaret. After the digestion of the food, that particular animal should be sacrificed and collected these parts. As far as the legal aspect is concerned, the therapeutically important species such as musk deer or turtle and coral, etc., have been enlisted by Red Data Book of Indian Animals under a vulnerable category of the animal products, which shows that there is a need of their conservation and sustainable utilization of these animal products. Apart from the medicinal plants, there are some guidelines which are given for the collection of the food materials also. For example, for the collection of kanda or tubers, balam, anatham, jeernam, vyaditam, krimi bakshitam, kandam vivarjayet. These are all guidelines where immature, unseasonally harvested, dried and infected tubers should not be collected or should not be used for the purpose of the food. For the collection of the fruits, it is advised that Vyaditam, Krimijustam, Pakatitam, Akalajam, Varjaniyam, Phalam, Sarvam, Aparyagatam Evacha, Phalam, Himagni, Durvata, Vyala, Kitadi Dushitam, which is infected by different animals or different reasons, Akalajam, Kubhumijam, Pakatitam, Na Bhakshet, which is explained by Acharya Bhavaprakash in Phalavarga. Therefore, it is advised not to collect fruits from these areas. For leafy vegetables, Karkasham, Parijinam, Krimi Justam, Adeshajam, Varjayat Parasham, Virovicha. Leafy vegetables are hard in nature or dry in nature, which are affected by pests or other animals, and for collection. In this, it may be a collection of kanda or fruit or patra. A common factor which is observed during the collection of this plant parts is that unseasonal, that is akalajam, or unnatural, that is adeshajam. These are should not be used or for medicinal or food purposes. As far as the good collection practices of medicinal plants are concerned, in order to get a uniform quality or uniform collection practices, World Health Organization published the good agricultural and collection practice guidelines, and even it is recommended that individual countries should also develop their own national guidelines for the collection of the medicinal plants. In compliance to this, National Medicinal Plant Board, in collaboration with the WHO Country Office at New Delhi, published one guideline on good field collection practices for Indian medicinal plants in 2008. These are some important aspects one should consider before collection of the medicinal plant. Selection of the site, that is selection of the right area for the collection of the medicinal plant. Regulatory requirement, one has to follow some national or local regulations before collection of the medicinal plant. Collection management, during the collection, the steps which are to be followed, like for maintaining the quality or even for maintaining the sustainable use of the medicinal plant or maintaining the social harmony. There are some guidelines which are mentioned during the which are to be followed during the collection management and post harvest management. After the collection, like sorting of the material, the cleaning or drying, these are some guidelines which are mentioned for the post harvest management of the particular plant produce. Packaging and storage, for this also there are some guidelines, along with documentation of all these things, like site which is selected for the collection, regulatory requirements which are followed, collection or post-harvest management which are followed during the collection and management of these medicinal plants, and packaging and storage. All these should be documented for the purpose of future references. Regarding the site selection, as Ayurveda also clearly mentioned, the collection of plant produce should be done only from the places which are clean and free from any possible exposure to insects, chemicals, or sewage, automobiles, etc. And collection from the near the industrial areas or crematoria, hospitals, mining sites, automobile workshops, and any other places, contaminated places which are likely contaminate the medicinal plant produce should not be done. And medicinal plant produce should not be harvested from plants close to the roadside. It is as continuous exposure to the vehicular exhaust may cause the which is unsuitable for the human consumption. Regarding regulatory compliance or compliance to the regulatory requirements, the collection, processing, even storage and sale of the medicinal plant produce must be carried out in accordance with the existing laws which are enforced by the international regulation or international guidelines. It may be national guidelines formed by the different countries, and it may be local regulation by the state or local bodies. All these guidelines or all these regulatory regulations should be keep in mind. We should keep in mind while selecting or collection of the medicinal plants. Regarding the international regulations and guidelines, the collection, processing, storage, sale of the medicinal plants produced should be carried out in accordance with the existing laws and provisions laid down in the Convention on CITES, Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, as well as IUCN, etc. Regulation must be adhered while collecting any medicinal plant produce. In case the medicinal plant produce is meant for the export, the existing laws of the importing country also should be followed. Besides, the regulatory authorities in the country of import, like local secretariats of CITES or IUCN or Traffic International, these are all may be consulted for such laws and guidelines. Regarding the national regulations, Government of India from time to time has enacted some various acts to ensure conservation and sustainable use of medicinal plants. Some of the important acts, such acts are provision of Indian Forest Act, the Wildlife Protection Act, Forest Conservation Act, Biological Diversity Act, even Scheduled Tribe and other Traditional Forest Dwellers Act. These are some acts contain provisions related to the collection, sale and the trade of medicinal plant produces. collectors or those who are involved in the collection, that is collection managers, must keep themselves updated about these provisions or these provisions in such acts, rules, and amendments made by time to time, and must abide all these conditions which are laid down in these acts. Local regulations, majority of states in India have additional laws enacted and enforced for regulating removal and use of forest resources. Some of the examples are Madhya Pradesh Sustainable Harvesting Act and AP Red Senders Wood Production Possession Rules, HP Forest Produce Transit Rule, Tamil Nadu Sandal Transit Rule, Maharashtra Forest Produce Act. These are some examples where collectors should be aware of such regulations governing the collection or use of this medicinal plant produce applicable during time to time. Apart from this, wherever the provision requires, collectors or collection managers should take prior written permission from the authorized agency for the collection of the medicinal plant, and the documentary proof for such permissions must be kept in safe custody, because such medicinal plant produce, when traded or exported, it should be accompanied by appropriate documentation in accordance with the existing laws. The second important point is harvest or collection management. This covers the major area of the wood collection practices. Medicinal plant should be harvested in such a way that the species should not be disturbed in its natural habitat, and collectors should adopt such practices that do not only fulfill their commercial needs but also ensure about the quality of the medicinal plant. And collectors or collection managers should consider different aspects like quality considerations, which includes botanical authenticity or identity of the particular medicinal plant, harvesting at the right stage of the medicinal plant, sorting or removing the foreign matter, etc. Some important environmental consideration which affect the environment, like the knowledge of conservation status, or regarding the sensitive species, regarding the regeneration capacity of the species, or minimizing the harm to the source plant or habitat management. These are some environmental consideration one should keep in mind while collecting medicinal plant. Apart from this, there are some social consideration, like local use of the species, which is a right of the local people, or some cultural consideration like collection of some auspicious plants like tulsi or ashwatha, etc. To start with first point, quality consideration, botanical identity of the plant must be established before a plant species is collected from the wild. The identity of the plant from which the plant produced, like gum or leaf or bark, is being collected should be verified and recorded. Some information like genus, species, subspecies, if any, and along with the other author citation should be recorded while collecting the plant. If any new medicinal plant species is being collected, which if it is not have any monographs or in any of reference in any of the pharmacopoeias of reference book, its identity should be established in consultation with the Botanical Survey of India or Forest Research Institute or any other recognized national and regional herbarias in the state or in the country. Second point is the collection of healthy plants. Only healthy individual plants of desired species should be harvested. Plant, as explained in Ayurveda or explained in the different classical texts, plants which are infested with insects, pests, bacteria, or etc., should be avoided for the collection and use. Harvesting at the right growth stage or right phenological stage is also important, because the concentration of biologically active substances varies with the stages of the growth and the development of the plant. In order to ensure the optimum quality of biologically active substances and in the medicinal plant produce, the harvesting should be done at appropriate developmental stage of that plant. The collection time in terms of phenological growth of plant species, along with the date, month, or each medicinal plant must be documented during the collection. Another thing is weather condition during the collection of the plant. The harvesting should not be done during rain or exceptionally high humid condition, as this would encourage fungal attack, or this will spoil the plant produce. If harvesting in these conditions become inevitable, or it becomes necessary, and therefore provisions should be made to dry the water content as soon as possible, when the product is collected. Sorting of the produce which was collected, foreign matter, which is the care should be taken to avoid any accidental mixing of the foreign matter with the medicinal plant produce, and there is a high probability of soil particles or organic matters like leaves, stems, wood pieces, or food articles being inadvertently mixed with the medicinal plant produce during the harvesting, or even the post-harvesting management also. Therefore, the collectors or the managers should be vigilant to avoid such mixing, and even the cross-contamination with other medicinal plant produce being harvested or processed simultaneously should also be avoided. Foreign matter and the mixing of toxic weeds in nature, the desired medicinal plant may be growing in close vicinity with some toxic weeds. While harvesting the produce, the care should be taken to ensure that no such toxic weeds get mixed with the medicinal plant produce. Second important factor is environmental consideration, where the collection of medicinal plants from wild may threaten the ecosystem in more than one ways in the absence of adequate preventive measures. The overexploitation of any plant species may threaten the existence of the species in natural habitat. Ignorance and adverse environmental impact of overexploitation may affect the ecological balance and the loss of genetic diversity of the surrounding habitats. One should consider conservation status. Therefore, one should consider this conservation status of the species, as well as regulators and the collectors should be aware of this conservation status. Red, endangered, or threatened status of the plant species in the respective areas should be known, and any existing regulation which is applicable in the area of collection to conserve such a species should be followed. There may be some sensitive species, and the collection managers or collectors should be aware of this endemic plant species available in the areas of collection, and should adhere to the existing legal and ecological prescription to ensure that the species is not subjected to an increased threat. Distribution of the species, the quantity of collection of any plant species should be in accordance with the distribution of the species in the area of collection. Collection of a species should only be done from areas where its frequency of occurrence is more, and medicinal plant species should be harvested within the limits of their capacity for the regeneration, that is regeneration capacity of the species. In any given population, certain percentage of plant population should be left as such, so to allow the natural regeneration of that particular plant. Frequency of the collection, irrespective of the demand of any medicinal plant produce, its collection cycle should, in accordance with the regeneration cycle of that plant species or that plant product, there should be enough gap should be given for the plant for its regeneration during the collection of that medicinal plant species. Another important point is minimizing the harm to the source plant. While collecting a desired plant parts such as leaves, fruits, flowers, seeds, efforts should be made to minimize the harm to the plant which parts are being harvested. Cutting of the branches to ease the collection of its fruits, leaves, flowers, etc. should not be attempted, and the habitat management. While harvesting the desired species, collectors should ensure that the damage to habitat of the species is minimized, and it is especially important where roots or other underground parts are to be harvested, but result in uprooting of the associated species which are otherwise of no interest to the collectors. Climbers should be harvested in a way so as to cause least disturbance to associated plant species. In certain species only occur in specialized habitat. The due care should be taken during collection of the such medicinal plant without affecting the habitats, and even the equipment of the collection, which are used for the digging, cutting, or sorting, or peeling, and any other activity, must be suitable for the purpose of which purpose for which they are used. And and very importantly, this equipment should be made of non-toxic material and should be maintained in proper working condition. And third important collection management is social considerations. The social impact of large-scale collection from wild or local communities should be observed to ensure that negative impact on the livelihood is avoided. Even in case of organized large-scale collection, there should be taken that local people get equal employment opportunities and equal wages also. Local use of the species in India, local people enjoy certain bona fide rights over the wild resources of food, fuel, medicine, or agriculture implements, etc. Even the local dealers in India also collect medicinal plant produce for use as raw material for their medicinal recipes or from the forest. The organized collection of medicinal plant produce from the wild should not affect the availability of species for use of the local people. And even the provision should be laid down for a fair price mechanism for all the species that are harvested by the local people. Regarding the benefit sharing, the Biological Diversity Act of 2002 of India has a provision of benefit sharing for the medicinal plant resources that associated knowledge of that use of the medicinal plant resources. Mechanism for a fair and equal benefit sharing is also should be adhered by while collecting the medicinal plant produces. Apart from this, health status of the collectors is also one of the important social consideration. Having access to as plant exudates or some pollens should avoid collection from the wild. Those with open wounds, inflammations, or skin infections should keep away from the areas where primary processing is taking place. And even collectors should consider wearing appropriate personal protective equipments like safety shoes or gloves and eye and nose protection while collecting the medicinal plants from the wild habitats. The major thing is the harvesting as well as the post-harvest management of medicinal plant produce must be carried out in accordance with the ethical codes and norms of the local community, because various plant species in India are attached with some social and religious values. For example, plants like tulsi or durva or bilva or ashwatha, etc., are considered auspicious in certain communities, and selected individual or population of such species may not be allowed to be harvested by the society. Further, certain acts like touching the some species with the feet or other acts may be considered inauspicious in some communities. Therefore, most importantly, as a part of social consideration, due respect should be given to such values, such social values during harvesting and post-harvest management of the medicinal plant produce. Uh, After collection of the medicinal plant, post-harvest management like cleaning, sorting, or drying of the medicinal plant produce is also important, because timely and right processing of medicinal plant produce after after its harvest has a major impact on the quality or the shelf life of the produce. Therefore, after harvesting the produce, it should be separated from any organic or inorganic matter which is stuck to it. and such processed produce should be washed with the potable water before drying, and the medicinal plant produce should be properly dried before it is packed for shipping or storage. Uh, Most importantly, some plant produces such as rhizomes, fleshy roots, fleshy stem, or leaves, woody parts uh, need more attention to ensure the proper drying. Another important point is the storage, packaging, and storage of the medicinal plant. The storage containers of the medicinal plant produce must provide the protection from the heat, humidity, and temperature, and at the same time, it should not contaminate the produce also. Each category of produce requires specific packaging needs, and in no circumstances the previously used bags which are used for the food articles, construction articles such as cement bags, sand bags, or the bags which are used for the fertilizers or other chemicals should not be used for the packaging of the medicinal plant producers. There are in the document published by the National Medicinal Plant Board, there are some guidelines for collection and post harvestment management of various categories of medicinal plant producers, like guidelines for the packaging and post packaging and storage of leaves, underground parts like roots, stem bark, etc. One can follow these guidelines while packaging and storage of the medicinal plants. And apart from these collection managements, the most important 2 points are training and monitoring of the personnel who are involved in the medicinal plant. Proper training for ensuring the collection of quality producers without any negative impact on the environment should be given to the collectors, and even the provision should be made to train the collectors in different aspects, like identification, understanding of the different stages of the growth, along with the some natural appreciation like pollination, regeneration capacity, etc. After all these procedures, after all the in the end, the documentation is the most important part of the medicinal plant collection or good collection practices of the medicinal plant. Documentation which of information which is related to collection of medicinal plant produce carries two unique advantages. One is it allows smooth tracing of history and quality of the produce, and the another thing is it facilitates in drawing all the tactical plans which are related to the collection activity. Therefore, to the possible extent, the collectors or collection managers or supervisors should ensure that maximum information which is followed during the collection management should be recorded uh, during the process of good agricultural or collection practices. To conclude, it is a well-known or well-established factor that therapeutic efficacy of a medicine plant is entirely dependent on quality or quantity of the secondary metabolites present in that plant, and these secondary metabolites are influenced by the collection practices. Therefore, there is a description of a concept called Dravya Sangrahana, which is validated by even modern parameters also. Therefore, a sincere effort to follow these classical as well as present existing guidance by World Health Organization or National Medicinal Plant or by different agents may contribute a lot in the quality of the medicinal plants. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Because we have a shortage of time, I'll request you to ask 1 or 2 questions. After that, we will conclude the session.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, sir. Very nice presentation. I have a doubt. Bhav Prakash Acharya told that we should collect drugs from local area itself. Is there a specific area mentioned? I mean, in those ages, Yama and all was mentioned, right? So, is there a specific area mentioned for the local distance to be collected?
No, ma'am. For generally, it is told in the classical text that yasya deshasya yo jantu tasya tadaushadam vitam. The medicinal qualities of medicinal plants change according to the different areas. Therefore, one who is the environmental factors which affect the individual as well as the qualities or medicinal secondary metabolites or the properties of the medicinal plant. Therefore, in general, it is told that yasya deshasya yotu, where he is living, he should collect these medicinal plants or food products for their personal use or use for the community.
Thank you, sir. I wholeheartedly thank today's resource person, Dr. Raghavendra Naik, for his excellent deliberation with scientific proof and validation, and most importantly, for agreeing to be here in spite of his busy schedule. Thanks a lot, sir. I also thank our HOD, Dr. Shrikant V, for providing us this platform and his unconditional support. I also take this opportunity to thank all my colleagues from the department for their timely help in organizing this event. And last but not the least, I also thank all the enthusiastic participants of this event. Hope the knowledge shared here will open new door to the world of progress and excellence. Thank you, everyone.